Awesome. Well, good evening, everybody. I have the inspiration. I found it in a book that we have in the house. It was one of these books that, you save and you're like, we really liked that book at one time. I haven't read the whole thing in a while, but I went to it today, and of course, I found just the right thing for tonight. So I just want to share just a brief reading from the author is Tommy Newberry, The 4-8 Principle. Okay. So I don't know if you've ever seen that before, the 4-8 Principle. Well, thanks for everything. Living with gratitude. This is a quote by Albert Schweitzer to start the chapter. The greatest thing is to give thanks for everything. He who has learned this knows what it means to live. He has penetrated the whole mystery of life, giving thanks for everything. So he moves on and he says, when you experience a sense of gratitude, it means that you have been harboring thoughts of appreciation for the abundance in your life. Gratitude is a conviction, a practice, and a discipline. It's an essential nutrient, a kind of spiritual amino acid for human growth, creativity, and joy. Gratitude involves channeling your energy and attention toward what is present and working rather than what's absent and ineffective. Gratitude is like a mental gear shift that takes you from turbulence to peacefulness, from stagnation to creativity. Gratitude brings you back to the present moment, to all that is working well in your life right now. Gratitude is the cornerstone of an unstoppable attitude. And gratitude can be cultivated and then experienced at ever-deepening levels. Gratitude is also an effective antidote to most negative emotions. You cannot experience gratitude and hostility at the same time. You have to make a choice, which one it's going to be. The more you appreciate today, the more things you will notice tomorrow to be grateful for. The Greek philosopher, I'm going to mess this up, Epictetus said, he is a wise man who does not grieve for the things for which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. You are going to draw more joy out of your business, out of your marriage, out of your family life, and out of all the other aspects of your existence when you make a commitment to become a genuinely grateful person. So I really enjoyed that, and I'm glad I found that this morning while I was getting prepared for our meeting tonight. And I just want to say that we are grateful. We're grateful for each and every one of you guys just working so hard. And I know there's so many people that you may not hear that they're grateful for what you do in their lives, but just wanted you to know that you are appreciated, and we are just so thankful. You guys had a great month, and just thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've I had so much excitement in the month of April with the Essential Start promotion, with the incentive that the company offered for the bonuses. So man, you guys knocked it out of the park. So we always encourage every single coach, I'm talking to you, that at the end of every month, whether you helped one person, whether you brought on 5 or 10, whatever you did contributed to this team effort. And we are making significant strides in helping other people between the health program and through coaching. So thank you for that. And we thought we'd go over a few numbers before we have some of our coaches share their story and what they're experiencing in their growth. But as a team, and everything Larry and I do, we've just been coaching longer than most of you. I've been coaching for 9 years, but we look at the whole team. And as a team, our volume of the number of clients that we serviced in the month of April, so that was new people coming in and existing, surpassed anything we've ever done in 9 years. So that one month was the highest month ever in the middle of COVID-19, and a month that we started not knowing what was going to happen. So that was amazing. Drum roll, we brought in, as a collective team, 488 new clients, and 25 of them were like in the last hour before midnight. It was absolutely crazy. So 488 new clients. So that's a lot of people we're onboarding into Eat, Live, and Be Optavia. So kudos. And we brought in 35 new coaches to just our team. So if you are one of those new coaches that is with us tonight, we hope you getting a picture of what is possible and the impact that we can make. So congratulations. And across the board, not everybody will be recognized tonight just for timing, but across the board, we had 21 coaches rank up, which means they reached a new level, which means that they are just helping more and more people. So congratulations. And if you earned one of the incentives or multiple of the $250 incentives, that's one report I could not get my hands on, but we are proud of you, and just be proud of yourselves for all of that.
Yeah, just, you know, it gets really, it's fun. That's all I can say. It's fun. It got crazy, but it was fun. Just seeing everybody's efforts and seeing everybody's excitement. I mean, I can't, you know, there were so many different instances of coaches just giving it their all, and, you know, breaking that tape, right, in the race for month end. So just congratulations, just an awesome month. So
yeah, so just, you know, you guys all know this, but as we are bringing on these new clients next month or this month and the next week or so, we just want to make sure we're onboarding them well. The Get Lean and Quarantine Challenge is perfect for this and our existing clients, because we're going to immediately integrate them. And how awesome that the company extended the promotion till the end of May. So I mean, big things can happen, and we just encourage you, if you are senior coach or above, to work with your mentor, your coach, work on your monthly action plan, your MAP, and have the map, have the strategy and the actions that you're going to do, so that we can, we'll probably top it this month.
yeah, no, that's an excellent point. So if you think about just the math, right? So the company, you know, reduced the entry for new clients to come in. So they reduced it by $90. However, when they reorder this coming month, that will kick in as a higher dollar amount order, right? Because again, they're ordering a full month. And so it's really important, if you want to see what things look like, run your Premier report and see what your Premier report looks like right now, with, of course, the orders that were placed to date. And that's a forecast. Now, we know clients may drop on, or new clients come on to the program and some drop off. But again, that's a forecast. And that forecast as an organization looks pretty darn good. So that means that everybody's numbers should be looking fairly good from that standpoint, because of that new business coming on. That's a reason, okay, to catapult going forward through this month as well. So again, we've got a big a tailwind helping us in this month of May. And again, it could only get stronger with your efforts in May. So great job.
Yeah, off to a great start already from what we're seeing with new clients coming on in May, and new coaches. So yeah, keep sharing. Obviously, people, there's a need for what we have to offer, guys. There is just a hyper awareness on health, and we have the goods. So what we typically do on this call is every single person that reaches a new rank, very, very important. And that's why we celebrate every rank up in our client group. This call, what we've always done is recognize somebody as a newer coach that reaches senior coach or higher when they reach their first rank. And then the next time they'll have a minute or two to speak. And then the next time as executive director. We had a slew of people, so many that it is just crazy good. So we have some that are going to speak tonight. I'm going to read off the names that will not be speaking tonight. Most of them will actually be speaking with Lauren and Meg on their call tomorrow night. But we want every single person to know how proud we are of what's happening. So the following individuals ranked up, but either couldn't be on tonight or will speak tomorrow. Lauren Lopez, who is a coach under Lauren Humans, reached senior coach. Marilyn Morakang under Emma Borden, senior coach. Nanon Morrison under Trisha Shanks, senior coach. Felicia Dida under Mabel, senior coach. Lauren Sanchez, who, when I say under, their coach is the person I'm naming, Jordan Rosa, senior coach. Bethany Smith, working with Megan Darling, reached a manager. So she went from coach to manager. Lauren McCabe under Megan Darling, coach to manager. And Jessica Darnell under Lauren Humans, from coach to associate director. So let's give them a wave or some thumbs up. Yeah, I see the high fives coming up on your screens. There's those new reactions. So big kudos to them. And two others that could not be on tonight. Heather Ayers, who works with Carol Quintero and Lori Weiner, reached senior coach. And also John Nwenko under Frank and Shauna was supposed to be on tonight, but he got called. He's still in surgery. So also reached senior coach. So congratulations to them. And believe it or not, we still have about 9 people who are going to speak tonight. So we've got some big things happening. So in no particular order, we are going to start. I'm going to go right to Alana Crosby. If you can unmute yourself, Alana.
Hello.
Hi, there she is. Hi, welcome. So just a couple of minutes, Alana, can you share your coaching journey and some things you've learned along the way and any tips you might have for somebody who wants to grow their business?
Yeah, sure. I'm Alona, and I'm here in Columbus, Ohio. My coach is Lori Cole out of Atlanta. And it took her a while to convince me. I mean, she kept plugging me to, don't you want to share this with other people? And I think I referred a couple of my friends who were asking about how good I looked. I referred a couple of them to her, and she said, don't you want to coach them? And I was like, I don't know, let me just get myself. So here in February, I did decide to coach at the end of February. And so far, with the promotions help, of course, I have 10 clients, and all of them are doing excellent. I'm truly inspired more to be accountable to my journey as well. So everything is true. Everything is true about coaching. It does make you totally accountable. I'm 85 pounds down since August. I have about 20 or who knows, 20 or 30 maybe more. I can do it. I know I can. But I think if you approach this tool as more of something that you're sharing with people you care about, it's almost like, I think there's a quote that says, if you're a Christian, the gospel is just one beggar telling another beggar where he found bread. It's that simple. It's not, I guess on other diets, I'd always said, hey, look, I lost 30 pounds. I did this, I did that. And it was so much just me, something I did. But I think this program, when we share it, it's more humbling that I decided that my life was unmanageable. I couldn't do it by myself. And I used OptaV as the tools to learn how to fuel my body. And you can do it too if you just decide today. So I think if we approach it that way, it's more like we're sharing a truth that will set you free almost. I mean, I'm not comparing it to the gospel, not at all. But
that's fantastic.
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you. Great messages there, and great message that she turned down Lori several times before she said yes. So, right. Aren't you glad she kept asking? Yeah. Congratulations.
Okay. All righty. Well, I get the pleasure of introducing Elaine Yazison. Elaine has been a friend of ours for a long, long time, and she's out in Colorado, and she's also, I'll share, she's also an awesome musician. So take it away, Elaine.
Oh, you unmuted me, then I muted myself.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was one of those ones that took forever to come around. I already had my own business consulting and was pretty busy, so I didn't feel like I could have a lot of time. But Dee, we touched base, I think 7 years is what I figured. It was a long time, but before I finally came around, but I'm so happy I did. And just a few things, as far as actions for me, I didn't have a lot of weight to lose. But I had a couple aha moments with the life book. I really got into that, and that changed a lot of my perspective and my ability to have a lot more confidence, I think, and to be able to speak to the program as a whole. Then of course the coaches challenge came up. I got fired up about all that kind of stuff. I think just the accountability of those steps and having things to do for me really helped. And then the business momentum, it was like, like this, just getting ready to take off with all of that stuff. And there was so much information. I was just writing frantically about all that stuff, and, you know, making calls. I just kept making list after list after list. And, you know, I just kept hearing in my mind Dan Bell saying, make the call and then hang up, and then hang, you know, just all these different things going in my head. Just so many things that I learned from that. Really helped me, you know. And I signed 5 people. I think I was one of the ones. I had 2 people like within the last hour that I signed up that last day. So yeah, it's been great. I think as far as some things, challenges for me to overcome was, at first I thought I was being pushy, or, you know, like thinking about other people judging me, you know, that was mentioned in the Business Momentum. And I don't feel that way at all anymore. And I was able to get over that hump, which was really huge. And the other thing I just always keep telling myself, you know, when somebody says they're not ready, is I think, okay, that's another not ready, but bonus, that's another not ready, because I have continued to contact people, and they're people that I can follow up with. And I know at some point, you know, there's going to be people that come back, even people who have started with me and that have stopped. They'll just keep seeing my posts and hearing me talk about things, and it'll change.
That's great. And you have such a great testimony, right? Like all your no's were not yets, right? So now when you hear no from somebody, because that was your story, it was just not
Correct.
yet. And
Yep.
And that's what my message always, you guys, is we're in this for the long game, right? So a no is just a not yet. Keep them on your list and circle back, circle back. So Elaine was just somebody I stayed in touch with. I would just circle back around, circle back around.
Yep.
And,
Exactly.
awesome.
So thanks so much.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right, so we're going all the way out to California. Ellen Hurst. Ellen came to me as a referral a while back and had such great luck. Ellen, I saw you on the call. Can you unmute yourself? Let's see if we can find her.
You.
Did I do it?
There you
There
go.
she
You
is.
got it.
Okay, yep, you're there. We lost your picture, but we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
No, that's
Anyway,
good.
I'm Ellen Hurst from Bakersfield, California, and it was interesting how I ended up choosing Octavia. I ran into a friend that I'm, you know, really close with, and she told me she was going on this plan, and I just kind of listened for a short while, and then kind of let it one ear out the other. And then the next time I saw her, like about a month later, I couldn't, you know, a month and a half later, I couldn't believe my eyes. She had dropped like 20 pounds. And I was just like, wow. I said, okay, I'm ready to listen here. And, you know, I needed to lose some weight, but no, I wasn't super extremely heavy, but I wanted to lose, you know, 25, 30 pounds. So anyway, I decided, she wasn't a coach yet. And so she referred me to Dee, and Dee, yeah, you guys have been wonderful. And so I finally decided to be a coach, and I'm so happy I made that plunge. I've lost, you know, 25 pounds, and I cycle a lot. I play a lot of golf. And so I'm in a lot of different groups, and they couldn't believe my transformation. So that started the topic of, wow, what are you doing? And so I mentioned what I was doing. I wasn't pushy, you know, just tell them, you know, how excited I was about the plan. I think they watched for a little bit, and then finally they all started they wanted to dive in. And so my brother, I just put him on it, and he's, you know, he's very overweight, and he probably weighs about 330 pounds. He's already lost 31 pounds in less than a month already. It's amazing. Wow. His transformation. He was getting ready to have the surgery, you know what I mean? The stomach surgery. And I talked him out of it, and he is so excited, lots of energy. Anyway, love it. The challenges I've run into, I'm not very techy, as you can see, you can't see my picture, but I'm overcoming all that. When I started this, I said, Dee, I can bring in the clients. I just need you to help me put their order through. And Dee said, I'll do one, and then you've got to do this. So I stepped out in leap of faith, and I thought, this is easy. I can do this. And so anyway, that's real. I figured it out on my own. And so that's kind of the little issues that I, you know, overcame and so forth. And anyway, the only thing I could make as far as a recommendation for people, you know, out there with picking up clients and so forth, what I loved about you, Dee, is that, you know, like you weren't pushy. And that's what I love. Just be yourself, not be pushy. They'll come back around. You're a walking example. And I love the food. They see the food. I've actually let them try the food, and that they were like, wow, this tastes great. You know, they couldn't even believe the taste. And so that brought them back to me too. So anyway, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Love my energy. Love the way my clothes fit. It's been wonderful. Can't say enough. And
Well,
thank you for being great leaders.
Oh, thank you, Ellen. And Ellen reached manager, and Ellen has not done anything on social media. It's all just from interacting and talking to people. So just an example that if you can, it's just about connecting and relationships. So congratulations on that. And we're moving on.
We're moving on. So now we get to introduce Carrie Sullivan. She works with Jennifer Murray, and she is manager. And Carrie, take it away. Are you out there?
Yes. Hi.
There you go.
How's everybody doing?
Doing great.
So I'm Carrie Sullivan. I'm a teacher. So a lot of my clients are teachers that I teach with now through distance learning. But I posted after being on the program for about 14 weeks and losing about 42 pounds. So everybody was amazed with that, and just got a lot from that. People just reaching out, personal messaging, just saying like, what are you doing? Can I get information? A few I had to kind of go back to, but they came back around. So now I have 10 clients.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
So I kind of blew by senior coach real quick, I guess.
You did blow, right? Yeah, you went right past senior coach to manager like that in 1 month.
That's fantastic. And I apologize, but Carrie is handling our New England contingent. So she's up there with Jen in Rhode Island, and Carrie, great job. There's so many people out there for you to impact as well. So thank you for sharing this evening. All right.
All right. Going over to North Carolina, Catherine Daniels. She works with Stephanie Nealon. Catherine went from coach to associate director in 1 month. She just took the ball all the way down the court. So Catherine, why don't you share with us a little bit about how you're feeling and what you've experienced in this past month?
Okay. Well, so I started the program in January and was loving it pretty much from the get-go. I bugged Stephanie for about 7 months, and until I finally said I needed to do it after the holidays, when I just felt like the worst I'd felt in so long. And I just called her and was like, I've got to do this. So I've been on since January. I decided to start coaching the very beginning of April. And my husband, I kept hoping and hoping and hoping the whole time I was doing it, was going to decide to do it too, because he had a lot of weight to lose. But he kept saying he could do it on his own, And finally, end of March, he said, I think I want to do what you're doing. And he knew I was toying with coaching. And he's like, how about if I was your first client? Well, that just made me feel so much more comfortable. Like I had somebody, he could be my guinea pig in a way, and I could kind of learn by coaching him. But then I guess Stephanie and Julie Apple have been amazing support to me, because they were like, Facebook is going to be a really good way. I'm impressed with the ones that didn't post on Facebook. I felt like as soon as I posted on Facebook, it's when everything just kind of, opened up for me, and people I hadn't talked to. I reached out to a college friend who I hadn't talked to in 22 years, since 1998 when we graduated. And she saw my story and contacted me, and we talked for the first time last week. So that's been nice. I think that the action that helped me was the Facebook. And I used to tell people all the time, I had an account, I never used it. I just was on it occasionally. I never posted anything on Facebook. I hardly even knew how it worked. And so putting that first post up there was a huge deal for me. And especially when you're kind of being vulnerable and posting pictures that you're not the happiest with, but it got amazing response. And it's so good it felt so good seeing the positive comments people were making in it. And so that got the ball rolling a lot. the mindset for my success, I would say I just kind of jumped in without thinking too much about it. I usually overanalyze everything and I'm like, I'm just going to do this. And now I feel like that's probably a good thing, because I told Stephanie and Julia, it's like my one downfall is numbers. I'm not good with numbers. And so that's been the one thing I've had to kind of get their help on. But challenges, I'd say for me, it's the health assessment, still trying to feel comfortable making that sound natural. And I feel like I get so many people that just want a quick answer, like, what are you doing? Like even just yesterday, someone I hadn't talked to in years was like, what program are you doing? Tell me about it. And it's like, it's so hard to do that over text, but you don't want to be rude and you don't want to be like, well, call me. I know we haven't talked in forever, but that's what I'm doing. I mean, Stephanie and Julie have said, I think it's best if you try to tell them what you're doing and not just give them quick answers, because then they're going to look it up and they're going to just not know the full picture. So try really hard to talk to them if you can. And my tip for new coaches would be to not be embarrassed to put yourself out there and tell your story. Because I think when people see how vulnerable you are, where you were, and they know where you came from, it makes you seem more relatable, and they know, even it's what Stephanie keeps saying is, it's not really about me, it's about helping other people. And when they see my story, they're not looking at my before, they're not thinking, ooh, look at her, they're looking at, wow, look what she did. And I want to feel that way too. So that's it.
That is beautiful. And you can tell, I mean, if you weren't familiar with social media, didn't really use it, that had to be a huge leap to just put yourself out there vulnerable. The fact that you just went blindly without overthinking it, that's right. We just get in our own way, right? And then look at the lives you impacted because you were so relatable. So thank you. I mean, your future is bright. Keep going.
Thanks.
And I looked, I was able to see Stephanie Nealon out there. Her smile was from ear to ear. So just an FYI there. All right, so we're moving to my friends in Wisconsin. Ellen Klug is in Wisconsin. Congratulations, Ellen. Ellen is senior coach, and she's working with my friend Val. So Val Evanson. So take it away, Ellen.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. I'm very excited to finally get to senior coach with Val's help. Val's my sister-in-law, and she talked me into this, and it was a really great decision just to be a client of hers. I've lost over 100 pounds. And so, and I've done every plan in the world. And I feel like I can tell my story. First of all, that's how people, they don't say yes right away, but I tell my story. And my story is, I've failed so many times. I was terrified to say yes to Val. And I said yes. And then like, whoa. And so everything was going really, really good until like this year. And I've been struggling this year. And I'm really using my struggle with my coaching. And I love the coaching part. I'm also challenged with the health assessment, but I love the coaching. I love talking to people, and if I could get them all on board, like I could have 20 plus people and be really happy with life. But I have clients who are like way up here, loving everything about it, where I was last year. And then I have another one, a client who's kind of, we're in the same boat and like struggling. And even though, I was like, okay, done, finish. And I actually got my husband who lost weight with me, eating the lean and green. But I said, you'd really get to your goal if you did it with me. And he was the last person I just signed up. And I'm telling you right now, we are looking to be the Larry and Dee show in a couple of years. I'm telling you, because he's the guy that would be able to do the, like, get people excited about it. and then he can't coach. So I'll coach.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, let's do it. Let's work on your
and that's-
map. Let's
I'm
do it,
just
girl.
thinking, is that how we're going to retire? I mean, it may be the only way we can. So
There you go.
Totally.
Optavia can be your answer. So let's talk about it.
I'll plan
Well
that out
done.
for you. I'm working on Val's right now, and then I'll work on yours. Okay, Ellen?
Oh, well, Val's is my brother, so good luck with that.
I know.
I love that's all in the family. Congratulations. We are super excited for you.
Congrats.
All right. Christy Holtz, she works with Lisa Bloom. Christy, are you on with us tonight? Can you unmute?
I don't know if I saw her.
Okay, now can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yep,
Yep, we
there
got
you
you.
are. Hi.
I'm not
Yeah.
sideways, am I?
No, you're perfect.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So, well, I have to say that I was asked previously to just even introduce myself on this call, and I think I recognized my fear in. I actually felt like I didn't have anything to offer to this group because even though I was coaching, I was feeling the client side of this business so much and was having a lot of success sharing my story with others, but didn't have any clients at that time. So what I decided to do was just to be consistent with what I was doing and continue to focus on being a client. I have loved the Habits of Health book, the Life book. I'm very active on Eat, Live, and Be Optavia. I have kept up with meeting with my coach every week, Lisa. And I just decided that as long as I was having success, I had something to continue to share. So my way that I was able to make senior coach was in April when we had the promotion. My action was I circled back to everyone that I had talked to up until that point, and I just wanted to make sure that anyone who had expressed an interest knew that we were having a promotion, and talked to, I think I was definitely one of the ones that came in the last week, because I think in the last week of whatever last month was, April, I think I talked to 15 people. And on the second to the last day, I added a client. And then on the very last day, I think 11 o'clock p.m., I put in my last client to hit senior coach. But what I attribute that to is the consistency that I maintained on Facebook, because it gave me the comfort level that I didn't feel like I was coming at them out of the blue. Many of them over time, I had added them to my newsletter and had checked in on them periodically, even some that were not doing Optavia but were trying to lose weight. I kept checking back with them to see if they were having success and just showing my concern for how they were helping me on my own health journey, because I knew that they were also working on a program. So that would be my recommendation, is just stay consistent, because it helps you, and then it puts you in a position to comfortably keep the back and forth going with the folks who have expressed an interest. So that's it.
Perfect. Thank you, Christy. You know, it's great. Christy is also in Georgia, so that's awesome. And so now we are staying in Georgia for the remainder. We have two more folks to recognize tonight.
Yeah, hang with us, because these last two you want to.
I know. So we're so excited. Tiffany, who heads up, I would say, northwestern Georgia for us. If you're in Paulding County, Georgia, you know Tiffany. So she is just killing it. She is ranked up to ED, and we're so excited for her to share tonight. And Tiffany, congratulations. Unmute yourself. And you work with Shelly, Amos, and Meg Johnson.
Absolutely. Yeah, I work with Shelly and Meg, and they're awesome. They've helped me understand it quickly so I could get rolling fast. And I know we're running short on time, so I'll be brief. But I just wanted to tell you that the piece that has helped me achieve my first goal of being an executive director is really just being comfortable with sharing, and sharing because I remember why. I'm an educator by nature, so shout out to all the teachers and administrators out there who are doing this during quarantine. But I'm an educator, so I don't sell things to people, but I do work in the business of inspiring people and sharing things and telling stories in order to learn and build relationships. And so it was a little uncomfortable for me at first to when I was thinking about it from the perspective of like selling something, you know, as far as this business went. But honestly, I kind of had a shift in the way I was thinking about it. You know, I share all sorts of things with colleagues and friends all the time about my personal life. And people started asking me. I've lost 43 pounds since January. So it's been a pretty quick change. And if you're wondering how long it takes the dudes that you work with to realize that you lost weight, it's 42 pounds, because they're not going to say anything before that. So anyway, so people just started asking, and then I got comfortable sharing because it's something I was excited about. It was easy. It worked for me. You know, it just was, you know, do X plus Y equals Z, and it'll work for you too. And so I just started sharing and considering it sharing instead of selling, considering it following up with somebody instead of bugging them about, you know, oh, it's me again, you know, so they run the other way. And what's crazy is I had just followed up with everybody who had asked me or liked the post or said something. I think I've only put 2 or 3 posts out there since I started coaching last month, and just kind of circled back and talked to people. And then, like you said, the night before the promotion was over, I just was slammed with folks. And I had set a goal. I had set a goal for how many folks I wanted to add before the end of the promotion. And so I had a realistic one, and then I had a stretch goal. So, and that's if you run in the education world, you understand those terms. But I had one that was easily attainable, and then I had one that was almost unrealistic because it was so far. And, you know, just thanks to the program and what we have to offer, I blew past the realistic goal and hit the stretch goal. So I was super excited about that. And that would be my one tip, is write down what you want to do. Write down what you want to achieve. Make yourself a list. I need this many more people to get to here. I need many more to get to there. And then work your plan, and you'll get where you're supposed to get.
That's so true. So true. We are so excited for you. And like, if you heard her say last month, becoming a coach, so really rapidly grew to this leadership rank. So yeah, it really shows your heart and what's possible for you.
Sharing and caring. That's the key thing. So great job, Tiffany.
All right, we are going to bring it home, you guys. Thanks for being with us. Just these 2 individuals, just really wanted to make time for them. And you got a glimpse of Meredith the other night. Meredith is a new executive director working with Meg Johnson, and we wanted to officially recognize you tonight, Meredith, for reaching executive director so quickly. And if you're on, I think I saw you. If you'll just unmute, we'd just love to hear from you one more time.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. I will be quick also. I started coaching like very slowly. I had 1 client at first, then 3, was very resistant to it. Took a lot of Meg coaching me and helping me get my confidence up. But a switch really just flipped in me in March, and I just started having so much fun with it and seeing the success and just the lives that could be changed. So and I'm also really goal motivated. So like what Tiffany was saying, I wrote down some goals for April, and the Forward in Health promotion was super motivating for me too. And I just really, executive director was my stretch goal that I set as a target after the Business Momentum conference. And but I just started out saying, okay, I want to help 5 people. I want to do 5 more. All right, I'm going to try to hit the 15 threshold for the Forward in Health promotion, and did it. And really, I would say my biggest tip is 1, listening to your support team, because I was definitely very resistant, wanted to do things my own way at first, and Meg and Dee and all these coaches that have gone before us, they know what they're talking about. So listen to your support team. And then also really just being bold and sharing on social media and trying to get anybody and everybody that expresses interest to get on the phone. Because once you can get them on the phone and really talk through their why, it just opens up these possibilities for people that they didn't even, they were afraid to hope for. So yeah, so I've had a lot of fun with it. I'm super pumped. Now I have a goal to hit Fitbit by the end of the year, maybe sooner, we'll see.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Write it down, right? Write it down.
Write it down.
Good. Well, congratulations. Thanks for that.
Hey, you guys, again, just a fantastic night of sharing. And again, we're so proud of each and every one of you. I think that, Meredith kind of wrapped it up for us, right? Working with your coach. Coaches need to be coached. And again, it's really important to let people that have walked before you to help you along, because that's our goal. Our goal and your leaders' goals are to help you be successful. So just remember that. And again, we're proud of each and every one of you. Another big month ahead of us. So look for other notes coming out from me and Dee and Meg and all the other leaders as far as, just helping us have another successful month. You guys are the best. We love you. And
head on over to Dr. A and the field training and whatever else you want to participate in tonight.
Have a great evening.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Love you.